Hey guys, welcome to the STAG Podcast once again. Today I am joined with myself. It's just me again, and I am doing a full solo episode. So one day I'm going to have athletes on here to talk about their journey, what they want to do in the future, their routines, dream routines, blah, 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 blah. But today I wanted to just go through that myself, just to give myself a bit of an idea on what I would do with other gymnasts. And just for a bit of fun. It was actually a lot of fun going back through these memories. I've definitely gained another appreciation for the journey that I've had, because sometimes it's so easy to get lost up in the moment that is now. But when I look back, I've had a pretty incredible career by my standards, just with the people that I've met, with the times that we've had, with everything. I feel pretty lucky, and today I will share that with you. So I'm going to do this I'm going to be showing videos and photos throughout this whole thing, so it's a little bit interactive, and just to back up some of the stuff I'm saying. And I'm going to do this through 7 core memories. So we're actually going to start off with the 7th core memory I made in gymnastics, and that is finally becoming a senior at 24 years old. And I did this at the 2025 New Zealand Nationals. Nationals 2025. So I made this YouTube video and I've just downloaded it so I can see what I was doing. I just want to give you guys a quick idea on what my gymnastics is now, and then we can see how I got there. I wonder if I can speed this up as well, because it might be a long episode, but cheeky pommel. So this was a pretty special all-around competition for me, because I had one goal, which was to get to 78. And as I just said in that little bit in the YouTube video, we got the routine readjusted for another 0.1 that the judges were missing. And I joked with David at that time, the founder of STAG. Hey David, how you going? I joked with him at the time that 0.1 would make the difference to get 78, and we'll see what happens. So this is a very special nationals for me, because I feel like I kind of lost my identity a little bit in gymnastics, because I'm getting a bit older, and I had been wanting to do senior for quite a while, and it just wasn't really happening. But this year was the first year that injuries weren't feeling too bad, and it was my return to the all-around, and I just wanted a clear set goal, and that was to get 78 in this all-around competition. And because of my YouTube videos, and because we're all pretty close in the gymnastics scene, everyone else knew that this was my goal, which is super fun as well. So we got Sam in the background there, my new coach Ben and Davey, the Christchurch crew, Nico, the Auckland guys. So especially the South Island crew knew exactly what I wanted to do at this competition. So it was pretty special having them there. Does he get the double front? Not quite. Still yet to land that in competition. So what do we have next? We've got high bar. This is the first year ever, 2025, that I competed a release move on high bar. About time. And to be honest, this routine here, it's a bit scrappy, obviously, was probably like the 3rd full routine that I did with all those moves in it. Sent the dismount so far, but we got the stick, which is a 0.1 in level 9. So once again, these 0.1s here and there, we'll see if they matter on floor. Alright, in the YouTube video I did some explaining what I needed, 14.2, which should be easy if I land everything. Beautiful connection. This is the most confident I've been on floor in a floor routine ever, probably. Nationals 2025. I could do everything in this routine pretty easily. Like, I hardly needed to warm up any of the passes. That stag fall was horrible. I can't believe Gareth paid it. Thank you. Otherwise, I definitely wouldn't have hit that 14-2. Fun little transitions I'm trying, blah, blah, blah. Oh, double twist is nice. And then we go for the double back at the end. And I put the hands down. So that was pretty sad. I knew that to be honest, I was even, before I went for that double back, I was thinking about my celebration afterwards. Stupid boy. And after that happened, I was kind of devastated. Like, I know it's not a big thing. It's just a gymnastics routine, blah, blah, but I did hype it up for myself and the people around me. I kind of walked off and I looked at Nico. Like, we locked eyes. I was kind of sad. I think he knew that as well. And as I was walking to get rid of my stuff, I was like, 14.2. To be honest, the rest of the routine that was really nice. Without a fall, I could see that getting a 15.2. And then the score came through, and we got a video of it, kind of, because the girls were videoing Robson's routine, and they got this reaction, which is funny. So that was fun. So yeah, I got the 14.266, and originally it was a 14.366 until it got reevaluated to 14.266, which is exactly what I needed. As you can see, 78.098 to get over 78 to finally be a senior, and to have everyone that I know, everyone that I love around me there, know that I wanted that score, know what I needed. It was pretty special to celebrate that with everyone there. So that's my gymnastics at the moment. 2026, we're going into senior, and it's like a new chapter. It took me... You'll see more as we go through. I don't want to explain too much of the full journey now, but that's the gym at the moment. So now I've got other things. I'm going to play some clips while I talk about this. So I started out at the Invercargill Gymnastics Club down at the bottom of New Zealand. And it's a club where not much was happening competitively above like level 4. And nothing had ever happened above about level 4. And that's just kind of... It was just kind of set in stone like that. And we didn't really have big aspirations or anything. So these were... I mean, there's probably a good 7 or 8 years of me going through levels 1 to 5 in New Zealand. And the last couple of those years, I managed to get to nationals, which for Invercargill and for us at the time, that was the biggest win ever. And the goal each year at nationals was to become less last. So one year I came like third last, then next year I came like fourth last. So we definitely weren't shooting high. And gymnastics just wasn't really improving a whole lot. And I was just kind of stuck. This is a nice clip of me and Bailey back in the day. I was kind of stuck just before the senior levels that no one in Invercargill had ever gone to, and just learning new skills. It's just scary. I feel like that's the death of so many gymnastics careers, and I wanted to quit for so long, honestly. This is when I was probably 15, 16, or maybe 13, 14, and especially flyaways on high bar, that would get me depressed. I remember going to the changing rooms and just sitting there thinking about life. But we held on. This was the nationals. We had the first ever Invercargill national men's team. Is us four here: Reed, Logan, me, and Ethan. So that was pretty special. Already you're seeing a trend here. The first in Invercargill to do something. So that was us. And we even got to recreate this with a few different people, but that's pretty cool. So gymnastics wasn't going really well. I was in level 5 at this time. And here's a quick cringe photo. I stuck it out. I went to 2017 Nationals in Nelson as a level 5 athlete alongside with Lachlan, my best mate. I watched the level 7s here and I had a little thought in my mind. I was like, the stuff that they're doing doesn't look too hard. Obviously, it was pretty hard for me at the time, but it looks doable. I could see myself training and getting towards that. And it kind of just unlocked something in my brain. So as soon as we got home, the environment definitely shifted between me and Lachlan. We just had a new vision. Maybe there's more to gymnastics than just sitting down in this level 4 and 5. And we started just trying stuff. So this is doing a flip on vault. Scrappy stuff, but guys, this was pretty special at the time. Chucking a double back. Woo! This is a classic clip here. I love it, I love it, I love it. And the first core memory, I don't even have a video of. I remember I did take it, but I've lost it. It was my first time doing on floor a back full twist by myself. Round off, flick flack, back layout, full twist. That was the first moment where I thought, maybe I can do this. I just did something that I never thought would be possible for me. And when I looked at the guys doing it, that I didn't even know their names, just the guys from other clubs, they were the big boys. I saw them doing the twisting flips. That was insane. And for me to be able to do that, that gave me the fire and fuel to push onwards. And that is my first core memory in gymnastics. Definitely, this was the most growth that I've probably ever had in gymnastics from level 5 to level 7. And in level 7 for my first year, I came 12th out of 20 seconds. And you can see me here, I'm doing and same as Lachlan, you can see us doing the very basic level 7 routines, just scraping through enough skills to get 7 skills in a routine. But this is pretty special. This is both mine and Lachlan's first year in level 7 and the first time we ever had level 7 senior athletes at Nationals. So it was so special to do that. As you can see, out of everything, floor was definitely our best ones. So not only was I going up with Lachlan, but I also had my best mate now, Alex Livingston. He was also going up with me throughout all the years. This year he did level 6 instead of level 7 because he had a lot more of the basics down and level 6 made sense for him. But we didn't only create the environment of pushing to the next level in Invercargill, but together with Otago, Dunedin, we kind of banded together and we kind of rose each other up. And this was maybe this 4 or 5 year period of gymnastics was so special to all of us. Every skill that we did was like the first ever skill that had been done in Southland Otago. And that gets to my second core memory. This was throwing a double backflip on floor. Oops. Let me skip through. From a flick flack, might I add. Double backflip from Invercargill. Like, what is happening? These are the times where I would go home. I'd message Alex straight away. Look what I did. We'd both be chatting like, "Oh, this is crazy! I can't believe you're doing this!" And we'd be talking about the next dream routines, the next skills we're gonna try, and this was just insane. You know that feeling in gymnastics when you're going for something that truly not terrifies. I knew I was ready for the skill, but it's truly like, whoa. Like, it takes a bit of courage to do that. And to me, this was the first ever time that something really took courage, doing a double backflip on floor. And this is the first time I looked at a skill I did and was like, whoa, this is a big skill. Something I'm proud to do. Didn't land any on that first day, but making moves. I think I've got one here from round off. I got rid of the back handspring very quickly. Let's see if I got a landed one here. Slow-mo. Oh yeah. And one thing I do regret is I've got my ankles taped up there. I used to hammer floor. Like, I just love training it, and I just keep going. Our floor is so hard. Even when my ankle was hurting, I just didn't stop, and that's probably why my ankles can't take as much today. So if I could go back and change anything, I'd probably change that. But yeah, doing this double back was definitely a big confidence booster in my life and in gymnastics and my life. You can see floor's obviously my strong suit. So yeah, just chucking lots of new skills at this point in time. Even a Jaeger. Should I bring back the Jaeger? Wow, that's incredible. So this is the next year after that first year in level 7. The gymnastics is starting to look slightly better. Doing a back 2.5. This is my first D-valued element on floor or on any apparatus. And that brings me to core memory number 3. I've kind of noticed a trend in all these core memories. A lot of them have to do with floor, but it just is what it is. So this is my last year of high school. I became addicted to gymnastics in this year. During classes, I had my iPad to take notes, but I would just be studying the coda points all class. I'll be looking up gymnasts and watching competitions all day, especially New Zealand gymnasts, if I could try get videos of them. And yeah, we had trips to Dunedin. They were very special because Dunedin had a floor that was much better than ours at the time. Training with Alex and Andrew was pretty special. And today I was trying something very special. If we go back to the first core memory, I was trying I did a full twist. Here we have something that I never thought I'd be able to do. I still love this skill. It's probably my favorite skill of all time because of this part of my journey. This is the triple twist. Wow. Still to this day, when I see a triple twist done by myself, I can't believe it. It just looks crazy. Like, I was really happy when I was doing double twists, but there's just something about the triple twist where you just have to spin so much more, and it just looks insane. I remember the feeling when I landed it was like the last go with Alex and Andrew just before we packed up, and that was one of the best feelings in my life, to be honest. That moment was so special. So there we go, sharing a moment with Alex at the Dunedin gym. And I've got my iPad here. I've written down a bunch of notes because I can't remember everything. So that year at Nationals was great. We've got the crew. This is the Southland and Otago team in Invercargill, Dunedin. And you can see the squad is definitely growing. All boys at levels that had never been at those levels from those regions before. Pretty darn cool. And I even have a cheeky catch here.
Yeah.
I'm definitely happy about that one. So looking back, it's cool to see these. It's cool to see these clips. You can definitely tell that I was not a good or talented or whatever gymnast when I was younger. When you just look at the league form and everything here, it's pretty crazy. Whew. But that's how we roll. I'm still trying to work on that more now, but happy to be here. That brings us on to our 4th core memory. After a crazy year of improving, especially on floor, I came to Nationals with a massive level 7 set on floor. This had a dub back, this had a back 1.5 layout connection, a double twist on the side. I think I tried a Rudy on day 1. Like, this was pretty crazy, and it was the first year that I was really proud of my work. I was really proud to go out there and show something on the floor. Like I really felt like I had something to show and yeah, I think I've said that already. Yeah, I remember training on the podium day. This is probably the first time I ever talked to Max as well. Max was my good friend now, but back then he was someone that I looked up to. He was an amazing gymnast, and just chit-chatting with him on floor, I remember that being very special to me because I came from level 4, level 5, where those guys were just over there. You would never talk to them. They were in their own squad. But now I was with them. I was doing the double flips, I was doing the double twists, and I was able to be in that group, which is pretty special for me at that time also. So all around day was fine, but next day we had app finals, and I have the highest difficulty on floor by over a mark. I really, really want this. And I think we have it here. A stupid edit I made back in the day. Oh, do we see that? Double back. Is that a stick? Oh. Back 1.5, punch layout. Double twist on the side. I don't think the rest is that interesting, to be honest. But the score came in as a 12.2. Instantly, I knew that wouldn't be enough to get on the podium, and I was pretty disappointed because I had a pretty good routine. And then I looked a little bit closer with my coach. He asked me like, what's your difficulty meant to be? So it was meant to be a 6.3, and we saw next to the score a little number 4.3. So the judges had just put my score wrong by 2 full marks. In that moment, I knew that it was going to be corrected, and I just gave the biggest hug to my coach, Renan, and celebrated a stellar routine and achieving a goal that I never thought was possible. Now the first ever Invercargill gymnast to medal at Nationals, and that was first place on floor 2019 Nationals. Such a special moment, and I'm glad Renan can make a spot on the core memory list because he was my coach all up until around this time. I think 2020 he might have left, maybe 2021 he left to Wanaka. But that was pretty special. And then the COVID years came up. We didn't have as much competition. We managed to get one in the Super Series. I can't remember what they're called, but there are some competition series that Gym New Zealand tried to put on around New Zealand back when we couldn't travel and do as much as we could back then. So I have a point here that Southland Otago squad was going really strong. I've already mentioned that, but I remember making a little Instagram edit back in the day of this exact thing. So here's me doing a triple twist and a double Arabian in the same set. And then we've got boys doing double twist forwards, Otago boys, double twist back, cheeky pommel dismount. It's a bit ugly. Couple releases, only rear vaults, but still the first releases we'd ever done. We had a couple of crosses on rings. Like, what did he do here? A Falga? Bailey was doing a Falga, first ever Falga from Invercargill. You get the picture. It was definitely great energy in the gym. Very, very exciting time to be a gymnast in Invercargill or Dunedin. Very, very special time. So now we have come to the 5th core memory. I was sitting at the dentist and I got a message from Alex. Yo, we just made the team. I was like, what? What's he on about? I opened the messages. I click on the link he sent me. It's a link to Gym New Zealand, Levels Tours announcements, men's teams announcements. So this, I had made it onto the New Zealand team traveling to America for a Levels tour. So New Zealand sends over junior athletes, I guess. Not like international level athletes, but just squads to gain experience and give them an opportunity to represent New Zealand. And this was another point where I was like, whoa, I just did something I never thought was ever possible for me. Such a special moment. I got to do it with Alex. And I didn't know Davey as well here, but you can see him in the middle. That's the STAG founder right there. Got to do it with Davey as well. Andrew as well. It was good to have Andrew there. So that was pretty special. I didn't really do well at America, like at all. I remember working a cool big boy vault. I remember having a bunch of wrist injury issues as well during that time. So it was a bit rough. I definitely came last because I was doing all around where I shouldn't have been. But it was good fun. I think this is Alex chugging a bottle of water. So core memory, that moment when Alex messaged me saying we made the team. So yeah, slowly getting more and more skills, and I managed to get an all-around medal in level 7, 2020, the next year, as well as 3 different trophies. And I was probably just on a gymnastics high, again and again, doing stuff I never thought was possible. Being noticed in a sport where I never thought I'd be noticed in, which seems silly to want to be noticed, but when I was younger, I remember I was the older gymnast amongst the level 4, level 5 athletes. And I always felt like I was looking into their world when I looked into the seniors and the real gymnastics community. And now I really felt like I was in this world. I had put Invercargill on the map type of vibe, I guess. And I could enjoy being in this world. And then next year, 2021, I became level 8 national champion. And I wonder if I have some clips. Oh, this is a nice clip of Alex Livingston, my best mate, doing a big boy connection. Sammy, pommel time Sam with a double twist stick. Sam's moving to London soon, and hopefully he still trains there, so good luck, Sam. And this year I also got 4 medals, and I got 3 medals on apparatus finals day, so we're getting up there. What is this photo? Who does bro think he is? This is a nice photo of that nationals with me and Sam Alexander, which is now a teammate I'm training with. This is a nice photo with Alex. And we're getting into some big boy stuff now. Woo! I can't believe I was training this on this old vault with hardly any run up. Need to get back to that. But yeah, I think... What else should we go to? We also got a new floor in Invercargill, which is ridiculous. I can't believe we got a new floor. Such a privilege to train on a proper floor, because we were jumping on foam blocks. We didn't even have springs. The first day we had the floor, I had to chuck something fun. Nationals was really close, but floors in, day 1, have to chuck something fun. Woo! Something in the dream routine that was. So 2022 comes around, and this is coming to my 6th core memory. We had a nationals down in Invercargill. I did pretty well. I wonder if I've got good videos of it. No. Here we go. Look at this nice photo. So Renan was still coaching. I can't remember.
And here we go, Lou. It's Thomson.
Shocker, I'm showing a floor highlight.
Front double full, front layout.
Double twist connection, that's cool.
One of those bonus connections. So he'll get the value of the skills.
Another connection.
For connecting them.
Cool beans. A
Again,
double
for those bonus
back.
connections. And a nice double back.
Oh, fancy little move.
That's a Shushinova. Shushinova did first.
I feel like my transitions and fun kicks and stuff are like 70% there.
Little bit credit for that.
Need to work on max to make that 100.
Round off layout down the.
What does he finish with?
Nice
Back 2.5.
finish.
Lovely. And this was a very special nationals because of this next photo. Oh, I could tear up right now. So this is Alex Livingston, my best mate in first place, winning the all-around. This is Max in second place silver and me in third place bronze. We just did a Southland Otago sweep. From our journey, especially me and Alex, Max joined in later. He started in Christchurch, went to Dunedin and trained again with Alex, which is super fun to have him around. But me and Alex, we started small, humble beginnings, and we just rose up together through the levels, doing stuff we never thought was possible. And here we are sitting in level 9, all on top of the podium, Southland Otago, beating all the other regions. That'll be the first time that we probably ever had athletes in level 9 at all, Southland or Otago, that had topped the podium. That was so special, and you can see how much it means to Alex, getting an all-around gold there. Love these guys. And this is one of my all-time favorite photos as well. I've got me and Alex congratulating me after a floor set, I think. And now I've got Daniel Price. I actually train with him now. Max as well on the side. And we've got Ollie. I train with him most days now too. And there's Sam again. So I love this photo. It's so special. And what else have we got? I think gymnastics after this was kind of slow. I've been in level 9 for a couple of years, I think, and I wasn't really sure where I was going. I was getting a few more injuries, and I was getting a bit more apprehensive to do skills again, and that kind of stunted my growth in gymnastics. And I was like, am I going to just do floor? Am I just going to do like pommel and floor and maybe vaults? I wasn't sure what I was going to do in my gymnastics career. I definitely wasn't going to do all around, but I went to a Christchurch camp, and just for fun, because my back at rise from upper arms are pretty good, I was like, why don't I just try a Homma?
Let's go.
And for somehow, the first day training,
Let's go.
somehow
Come on. Push. Hold. Yeah.
I caught that. And it actually flies so high. It's insane. I don't know how it flew so high back then.
Push. Hold.
I think I just had so much adrenaline, so much energy pushing for those Hommas that they just flew.
Come on. Yeah.
Catching that skill was so important because it reminded me on how fun gymnastics can be, how rewarding it can be. And it helped me push towards sticking in the sport and staying in the all-around. And I was even trying some straddle fronts from Honma just for fun.
Let's go.
Should be a very big skill. Probably will never happen. What have I got next? I've got 2023 Nationals was good. I was competing a skill that I had at that time in my dream routine. Front full double front.
Come on, man.
So cool. It's my first time competing it. Wow. And this is actually, I'm going to jump here. Front full double front at Nationals. Lands it. And then I had a cool little triple connection series.
Yeah, come on.
During this whole time, I haven't mentioned, but the twisties have plagued me all my gymnastics career. So going for that back 2.5 was so scary.
Come on.
And that probably contributed to my apprehensiveness, what I was mentioning earlier, into when I wasn't really enjoying gymnastics in that time period. Which is very frustrating because floor is really what got me really enjoying gymnastics, and when I'm not going good on floor, it's kind of rough. Oops. Where'd you go? And I fell on the double twist at the end on this one too. What a bummer. Silly Billy. And this year, I thought this was a cool photo as well. This is David, STAG founder. I thought it'd be cool to print him a shirt that's got Olympia, DGA, and IGC on there because he was filling in for all of us as our coach at these competitions, because at this time I don't have a coach, Alex doesn't have a coach, and I thought it'd be cool to get this little thing together, like David, master of all gym clubs. That was cool. And in 2024, more injuries, and this is my first time not competing in all around. And again, I wasn't really sure what I was really wanting to do with gymnastics. I had a full-time job as an accountant now. I was putting the Hodmer into a set, which is cool.
Nice.
And I was still trying the... My computer's bugging. I was still trying the triple series, which has since been retired. But this was definitely a fun nationals. Here we have Alex again on the left. I think this is his last time competing, and he only competed a couple of apparatus. We have Max. This is his last time in level 9. And we got Sam, who I now train with. Bailey, one of my best mates from Invercargill's quit now. Alex Sim's still going. Yeah, the whole squad's still going. And Harvey Humber, that was my first time competing with Harvey Humber, which is pretty special as well, because he was one of those gymnasts back when I was at school. I would watch his videos, and he made a cheeky comeback, jumped into level 9 this year, or in 2024, and it was super fun to catch up with him. And now here goes a photo at that time of the South Otago squad. So a lot more medals and a lot more athletes at higher levels. So very special. So 2024, bunch of injuries, didn't compete all around. I've been wanting to do senior for a long time. And 2025, it's time to lock in. The easiest way to get into senior is to do it through all around. So in 2025, I'm going to compete a full all around competition. And you already saw how that went at the start. We managed to get it. And I also have another, I've included this in the 7th, but I haven't talked about it yet, is this this vault that I managed to do. So back when we were just pushing into these level 7 type areas and we were pushing the new skills, I remember saying to Renan, before I finish gymnastics, I want to be training a full twisting layout vault into the pit. That once I got that, I'd be happy. That's what I thought back then. So today, or last nationals, I got to compete more than a full twisting layout on vault. I'm just going to include this here because it's got a funny clip of Davey. Let's go. So this vault session was pretty special. I'm just doing a full twist here. I have never done this vault outside of the pit because we don't have a setup at Invercargill where I'm allowed to do that. And to be honest, I was like 70% sure I wasn't going to do it. But the vaults were flying high and I was sitting there pretty confident with Davey. Davey was giving me a lot of confidence. And I just chucked it. And I couldn't believe it. And I thought it was pretty important to savor the moment, take the moment in. Luckily, it was a quieter podium training, so not many people around, so I could have the opportunities to do that, but it was just so special. I can't believe I did that vault over hard. And part of me wishes I did floor first, because I still have floor to train on, but I was kind of tearing up after this. I was like, David, I need to lock in. Like, that was pretty special. That was pretty funny. Let me just find another video. If you see this right now, then I failed to clip this out. So I'm sorry. Nationals 2025. So here we are. I got a photo with David on the vault. to commemorate this amazing achievement in my gymnastics life and my life in general. I really wanted to capture this moment because it just meant so much to me to be doing that with David, to achieve such a great goal with someone that's been such a big supporter of me and my gymnastics. And here we have the Christchurch boys. All these boys I now train with, which is such a blessing, such a privilege. And I do have day 2 on the apparatus finals. I actually did try the vault again.
I managed to do my massive vault, fell, but
So
I
I'm
don't
super
care,
proud of doing this.
It's dope that I did that.
I still can't believe I did that when I look back at it. That's a big boy vault right there. I had the mat in there, which was a 0.5 neutral deduction, but I don't care. I'm not there to win. I'm there to achieve a goal of doing this skill, which I did. I didn't land it, but getting it round safely was a pretty big achievement to me. I was pretty happy with that. So that's all my core memories finished. And since then, I've got some extra things. I had this juicy Kovacs foul. Lachlan didn't throw the pad in. And that's my poor nose after that. And I got to meet Kohei in Australia alongside Alex. So, Alex, my best mate. I went to Australia and we both travelled down to Sydney from Gold Coast, where we got to train with Kohei. So that's pretty special. I love this video too. We got Alex, Kohei.
Look out for the guy behind you.
And why am I blanking on your name right now?
Oh,
That's embarrassing. Okay, ignore I said that. And these are a few new big skills that I'm training. So this is my first one going for double twist, double front. Really want that in the set this year. This is going for a F dismount. And this is a recent one, getting a double pike Arabian around. And I think that's all the clips I have. Yeah, I'm excited for core memory number 8. I don't know what it will be, but I'm sure it'll be special. As of right now, I've decided to quit my accounting job because I don't really like doing accounting, and doing that for the rest of my life would be depressing. I've quit my job. I've moved to Christchurch to train more hours, to train with a coach on better equipment, and most importantly to me is train with the guys. It's so important to have the guys around you, and that's in anything in life. Like lifting weights, people always advise you to do it with another person. And we have so many guys here now in Christchurch, moving from Wellington, from Dunedin, from like Auckland, Hamilton. Like so many guys have come for uni or different reasons. So we've got a squad of like almost 20 boys in level 7 plus. So it's created a pretty special environment, and I'm really excited to build what we have going here in Christchurch with all of these guys. So yeah, no more job equals more I'm doing a little bit of coaching hours and lots more hours at the gym. And any free moment I get is now working on STAG stuff. I've had a really good last week and a half of working on STAG stuff, and I'm really, really, really excited for where I can take this. I think I can definitely make a much bigger impact through STAG than I can as an athlete competing, but I still have aspirations of competing and doing well there. Not to go to the Olympics, but I've always wanted to just compete cool stuff and be proud of doing just an insane routine. And I've got a couple thoughts here I wanted to say. Yeah, I feel young even though I'm 24, just because gymnastics I think it brings out the fun in what you do. But when I looked back at all this footage and my whole gymnastics career, it definitely made me feel a bit old, because I've lived through what feels like so many different eras, so many different people different people. I've lived through their careers. I've seen them up here. I've seen them do well. I've seen them quit. I've gone to that level, and just so forth and so on. And it's just weird. I feel like there's been like 4 or 5 different eras in my gymnastics journey. And just seeing younger people quit and I'm still going, it definitely makes me feel old. But Misha is 10 years older than me and he's still going very strong. So there's no point in quitting, especially if I'm loving it this much. And I haven't mentioned much, but I got to mention Robson because he's kind of the last OG left from Invercargill. He's up here in Christchurch with me, which is super special to have him. And I wanted to give a shout out to Bram Verhofstadt for being a big inspiration in my life, especially in my gymnastics career. Watching the vlogs back in the day was pretty special. Comment down below if I should start the vlogs. I'm really keen, but I really want to spend all my time on STAG first. And once I get a bit faster, once I get a bit accustomed to what I'm doing there, maybe I'll start the vlogs, but STAG stuff is first. But here it is. This is my plan going forward. Let me pull up the pages. So this is the nerd time. If you want to stick around and just see what I'm doing with my routines and stuff, feel free. If not, all good. I'm going to check that the camera's still running because that would suck if it wasn't. Yes, we're good. Okay. So I've set these routines out with Ben, my new coach at CSG, because he's spreadsheeting it all and documenting it all in his own way. But on the left side, we've got last year's routine. So this is the base routine. And 2026 is the upgrades that I want. And then 2027 onwards, or the right side, is like dream routine. So this year, biggest thing, it would be getting a double twist and double front on floor, which would be absolutely insane. That's a really, really big pass. And then I've got the double pike Arabian, which I've thankfully landed now. I've landed one, which is good. But obviously, I think the double twist, double front will take a while to work on. But that is the goal at the moment. So that's around a 5.0 difficulty, which is juicy. Definitely liking that. And then 2027 onwards, as like a reasonable dream routine, I've got I don't have much upgrades. Instead of doing a C double back at the end, I've got an E double back. But I could also do a double pike or a double Arabian there as well. And I'm really interested in this one here. This back 1.5 front full compared to this back 2.5 front lay. And then that means that later on in the routine, I can do a back triple twist. This construction on the right side, instead of the middle, just between the side pass and the back triple twist pass, gains me an extra 0.1 only, which is crazy because right now I can easily do back 1.5 punch front full and then can easily do back 2.5 by itself. But pushing that to a back 2.5 front lay on the side and a triple twist on the diagonal is so not worth just for 0.1. But triple twist is my favorite skill of all time, and it'd be really nice to have it in the set. And that would round us off to about a 5.3, 5.4, which is a very, very solid all-around senior international difficulty score to have. So if I could get that, that'd be cool. Pommel routine, you can see in these, I'm kind of just ticking off the element groups. So I've got the dismount fine, I'm happy with that, E dismount. But I'm working towards a D flop Russian and a Tongfei. These are skills that I've been kind of doing for years, but through wrist issues and things, I've never really got to be able to get them consistent. But in the future, another flop would be good. Shivado maybe, I'm working on that a little bit. And for dream routine, I've got an extra Russian treble and upgrading those D flops to E flops and an F dismount. I'm just looking at the D scores underneath. So what I want this year is a 4.3, which is yes. And I could easily upgrade that to a 4.8 with just one extra flop and one extra treble. I just said easily, that's not easily. And then this one over here, 5.7's insane. So yeah, I think the one on the right is definitely more of a dream routine. But I think it'd be cool to do that F dismount, even though it doesn't get that extra 0.1 from the element group bonus anymore. just because it's unique, and I do like to be a little bit unique in my gymnastics. It's just funner to be a little bit different. I think you can notice a trend. We're aiming towards the 5 difficulty area in these routines until we come to rings. 3.6 is where I want my dream routine to sit. So I suck at rings, my shoulders hurt, my lower back is naturally weak. I've never been able to swing naturally, and I just haven't really worked on it much throughout the years. So this is the bare bones, the most I could ever see myself doing. I've got on here a back 1.5 dismount. That's what I'm sticking at. That's the dream. That's a C. I don't see myself doing a backwards bow from handstand to be able to do a double-double. And I don't see the point in going for a double pike forwards because that'd be hard to get and it would only get me another 0.2. Sticking with the back 1.5, if I stick it, that's a 0.1. Easy. And my elbows are also weak, so another reason why I don't like rings. Iron cross will never be a thing. Maltese will never be a thing. But I do have the planche. So biggest upgrade I want this year, I want the C planche in my routine. And then we've got down there working towards forward swing to handstand. So kick out, swing to handstand. That's the only way I see myself getting that giant requirement. We go to this dream routine. I've got a B swing to strength, roll forwards, back up rise planche to get the element group. From planche, push to handstand for another C. I do have forwards giant here, but I think I've changed my mind on what I want to do now. So it's pretty much just back up rise planche, D, push to handstand, C, come back down to planche for a C, and then back swing to handstand for that giant, and then a back 1.5. And that equals about a 3.6, 3.5-ish. And I have put there inverted cross question mark because maybe that's the only way I see myself working towards a D element for strength, but I'm not fussed. If I can get 3.6 on rings difficulty, I'd be very happy because this routine would not be the hardest. If I have a very solid planche and it's the only strength skill that I need to train, then I could score within the 9 execution, I reckon, because I have a pretty good stick rate on that back 1.5 as well. But biggest struggle is working towards that forward swing to handstand. It sucks right now. Cuz 2025 routine was a cuz full, kind of. I did one of them. I really would like to do a cuz 1.5 or a 2.5 twisting vault this year, just because it's worth more. And I'm a big fan of blind landings just because it helps with ankles. So if I land short in a double Arabian on floor, if I land short on a double front on P-bars, I just sit on my bum. I'm not gonna hurt my ankles, and I love it. And just for fun, I've put other things in here to try as a second vault. I don't really see myself getting a second vault, and I don't see myself doing a double flip on vault. I feel like there's lines that I just don't really want to cross in gymnastics, and that's one of them. It just feels not quite worth it for me. The risk is a lot, and I don't know if I'm willing really to push that far in gymnastics. And the only other option I saw was working towards a round off half on, like a Yurchenko style vault. But I had a training on that, and it's pretty hard, so I don't know. Working towards that cuz 1.5 twist anyway. Parallel bars. This is a struggle. The Honma is not coming to me easily like it used to. The front up rise is the bane of my existence. I suck at front up rises. Double front would be easy, I reckon, if I could just front up rise. And I'm missing 2 element groups here. I'm missing on bar, so support skill, and the swing skill. I'm happy this year working Honma and double front. And once I get those down, that means that my front up rise will be better, and I'll probably just go to the front straddle front flip in between the bars, because that gets my element group, and it'd be somewhat similar to doing a double front. Like same action, it wouldn't be so foreign as trying like a Peters or a Gatson or something. And I really don't know what I want to do with the with the long swing, I think the most viable option would probably be that clear hip start thing. I would one day like to do that giant flip half to upper arm catch. I don't know what it's called. And I do have a cheeky skill there, the Thomson. One day maybe doing a Gatson from upper arm. Cheeky. But yeah, I'd be happy with this routine for difficulty. Oh, I've got a fun one. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can't see that last one on the side. So 2025, I had the Ginger, I had a Quast, and a double tuck full twist. This year, once again, I'm just trying to get the element groups. I really want the D in-bar skill, and I want to get a D dismount. So double A full twist, I'm working on that at the moment. And D in-bar skill, I think I'm pushing towards the Stolder Balco, because I've been working Stolders, and they've been going well. And I've also been working Rebalcos, and they've been going well. So that's probably the most viable thing for me there. And you can see it's just stacked up with a bunch of swing skills, which boosts it to a juicy 4.1, which is actually quite nice. And then I've got a semi-dream routine. This is when it gets a bit silly. I've got stoop half connected to Ginger, 0.1 bonus there too. And then I've got a Coleman, and then also a Stolder Balco connected to a Pike Jaeger. So another connection. Quast, Flying Giant, double A full twist for a 5.1. Getting a bit silly. Stoop half would be tricky for me, I think. And Coleman as well is a whole nother beast that I haven't come across, especially after the Kovacs fail. And this is the fun dream routine. Stoop half connected to a def. To be honest, in the semi-realistic dream routine, I would probably put def by itself without the stoop half. But anyway, this dream routine, stoop half plus def, 0.2 connection. Coleman by itself, just for fun. And then I've got Stolder Balco plus Lao Jaeger plus Ginger, triple connection series, gaining 0.2 on either side of the layout Jaeger. And then Quast double A full twist for a 6.1 difficulty. Honestly, I'm never going to do this routine, but I just loved thinking it up. It's pretty much 2 connections, and then a Coleman in the middle and a dismount, and it would be sick. And if you made it to the end, comment that you made it to the end, because I doubt anyone did. Who's sitting through this whole thing, let's be honest. But you get a little sneak peek into what I want to do with STAG in the near future. We want some merch out there ASAP. So we're going to do a little release, maybe, I don't know how many, but I'm working with Ruby on doing a little release from a New Zealand supplier just so we can get some shirts out there. There's a bunch of people I want to give shirts out to, but merch is on the way. The website is being built as you are listening to this. And big thing, bringing live streaming to New Zealand. This is something that will be a really, really big focus for me this year. And again, it will be part of the website that I'm building right now. And it's pretty cool what you can do with technology these days. I don't think it's going to be that hard, to be honest. Well, I think it'll be tricky, but there's so many add-ons to websites and blah blah blahs that I think I can make it happen. And once I've got it all set up, which I really need to do soon, I want to contact Gym New Zealand and offer them to live stream Gymnastics New Zealand competitions, pretty much. I want it to be free for spectators. So I'm really, really hoping that Gym New Zealand can pay us some money to kind of like buy the rights for everyone to watch it for free in New Zealand or something like that. And it would be much cheaper than their old, like when they've gone to other people for live streamings. And the amount of content I can make from it and the amount of outreach, I think the community building around gymnastics in New Zealand it can do is so invaluable. And I think it's worth like $100,000, no, not 100,000, like tens of thousands of dollars is what I truly believe the product that I will deliver will be worth and what it can do for gymnastics in New Zealand. But I don't think that they would ever see how I can see that it would be that valuable. But I'm still hoping that Gymnastics New Zealand would hopefully give us a bit of money to help us out there. And I want to have it running where it doesn't have to be hard. Like clubs will be able to log on with a code and then they can just set their iPhone up and it'll be going. Easy as that. And then hopefully I can have something to get commentators in there easily too, just volunteer commentators if they want to. And if it's a big event, it would be live streamed as well on the STAG YouTube channel instead of just the website. I don't know. It gets me very excited talking about it, and I'm very excited to build it. I'm really hoping Gym New Zealand plays ball with me, because that will be a big hurdle to go across. But if Gym New Zealand doesn't, then the option will still be good to have, because we can host any competition in the world. Like the Scottish Champs, I could have just messaged an athlete and be like, yo, it's not being live streamed, like, would you mind just chucking up a video feed on the STAG channel? Done. Now everyone's got a Scottish Championships live feed to watch on the STAG channel. So I just want to get gymnastics out there. The sport is so backwards online. And to the rest of the world, there you go. Sponsored athletes. Big thing I want to do. I want to kind of become like we want to make it a little bit of a athlete management type of thing, STAG. And yeah, we want to get sponsored athletes. We have our first sponsored athlete. I need to really talk about that very soon. I'll tell you now, we're going to have Max, my good friend who I'm training with. He is a senior international athlete in New Zealand. He is going to World Cups. So I thought it'd be cool to have someone that I'm close with and that I can communicate with really well to jump on the team, to be our first sponsored athlete. And we can help him get to the World Cup, and he can show off the merch, like just wearing the merch, and just get some content for us, which would be cool. And between him and other people, we can build it up and figure out what I want to do and how we would really sponsor athletes. And cool podcast guests would be cool. Not just stuff like talking. It would be cool to watch a 2008 Olympics all-around final with an athlete that was fifth there or something. Just an athlete that was there. We can sit down, watch it together, talk through what the comp was like, because everyone's kind of already seen the interviews. If you want to see a good interview, go to Sam Oldham, go to here, go to there. But I want to do some more interesting stuff. New Zealand South versus New Zealand North event. Something to bring the community together in New Zealand and just create a bit of fun over here, because we've never had a senior team competition, and it's just a bit dry in New Zealand. We need to have a bit of fun, bit of banter, and I can definitely put on a good South versus North event online. And we can run it like a Bundesliga. We can have a North Island team captain, South Island team captain, and I can make a banger YouTube video out of it. Blah blah blah. And the STAG trip next year, we'll definitely make it a national trip. We won't just go to South Island, we'll go to North Island too. Maybe get into the WAG side as well. And I put more and more stuff here. To be honest, I probably said all the stuff that we're doing soon. What a journey, he says. Thank you so much for coming. This really made me realize how blessed I am to be in this community. If I was in America and I went through the same journey, I would not be known at all. I would never have made it to go to nationals, because you have to qualify to go to their national events. And I would not have met all the people that I've been able to meet and the community that I've been able to grow up with here. It's pretty special. I'm really, I want to give back to the community, as you can see with all the STAG stuff. And I'm very excited for the future. I don't know, I kind of want to wrap this all up in a nice bow, but I don't really know what to say. So thank you so much for joining in for a longer episode. It's nice to really talk about my gymnastics life. And next week we will have, hopefully, my good friend Nico on to talk about his gymnastics journey. So it won't be as long as this one, so don't worry, Nico. It's just a nice extensive one for me. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and subscribe, like, and I appreciate you. Peace.